Philippe Pétain is a French general who became a national hero for his victory at the Battle of Verdun in World War I. It was fought from February 21, 1916 to December 18, 1916 on the Western Front in France. This is a documentary on what he did in World War I and on what brought him to that point in his life. Philippe Pétain was born into a peasant family in what is called Coquille-la-Tour in northern France on April 24, 1856. He was one of 5 children of Omervine and Pétain, a farmer. Pétain's great-uncle, a Catholic priest, Father Abbé Lefebvre, had served in the Grand Army during the Napoleonic Wars. When he was only 18 months old, Pétain's mother had sadly died, and was raised by his relatives after his father had decided to remarry. During this time, he attended the Catholic boarding school of St. Verdun in the nearby town of St. Omer. Philippe Pétain was admitted to the Saint Cyr Military Academy in 1873, which began his career in the French army. Between graduating in 1878 and 1899, Pétain served in many garrisons with different battalions of the Chasseurs, which is the elite light infantry of the French army. Pétain's career started slowly. He rejected the French army philosophy of the furious infantry assault, arguing that firepower kills. The way he viewed things were later on proved to be correct in World War I. He was promoted to captain in 1890 and major in 1900. Pétain was given command of the Second Army at the start of the Battle of Verdun in February 1916. During the battle, he was promoted to commander of Army Group Center, which contained a total of 52 divisions. Rather than holding down the same infantry divisions on the Verdun battlefield for months, Pétain rotated them around after only 2 weeks on the front lines. His organization of the truck transport over the Voie Sacrée helped bring a continuous stream of artillery, ammunition and fresh troops into besieged Verdun. This helped play a key role in decreasing the German onslaught to a halt in July 1916. Pétain restored morale by talking to the men. He promised no more suicidal attacks, proper rest, home furloughs, and only moderate discipline. Pétain conducted some successful but limited offensives in the latter part of 1917, unlike the British who stalled in an unsuccessful offensive at Passchendaele that autumn. Pétain instead held off from major French offensives until the Americans arrived in force on the front lines, which did not happen until the early summer of 1918. French Army Commander Humbert ignored Pétain's instructions to defend in depth, and instead let his men to be hit by the initial massive German bombardment. By the time there was only the last German offense, Pétain was able to defend in depth, and launched counter-offensives with the new French tanks and the assistance of the Americans. After the war ended, Pétain was made Marshal of France on November 21, 1918. Pétain ended the war regarding, without a doubt, the most accomplished defensive tactician of any army, and one of France's greatest military heroes. The end.